My wife often said she was afraid that I was in love with another woman, and that other woman's name was Beth. I won't get into the background. Of course, I served in the Army for 2.5 years in combat. And when I came out, I went to college. And then I ended up in the Army again. When I came out, I found out I had a career waiting for me in hospital administration, and I went to Yale. I would learn to go through the floors, and I never failed to say good morning to the housekeeper who was scrubbing the floor or making the bed, or the nurse on the floor, or the doctors. It made no difference to me. I felt everybody was the same. I think the most important thing was that I felt very strongly about race relations and my feeling about people getting along regardless of race, creed, religion. And I passed the housekeeping office one day and I bumped into the woman who was in charge of housekeeping. I got to talk to her and I found out that this person was extremely intelligent, extremely well known politically in the city of Newark. And I became intrigued by the idea of promoting her from housekeeping to an administrative position. There were no black people in the hierarchy of administration. I promoted her to a vice president and moved her to the front office of Newark Beth Israel. She was amazing. She helped me politically. She made me understand the woes and be careful of the problems of Newark and saved me from a lot of problems. And I give a lot of credit. She's now deceased, but this lady changed my life. In 1967, we had a big outbreak in Newark. The Newark riots had to do with a policeman had accosted a black motorist. Anyway, it erupted into a big riot. We had tanks on Lyons Avenue, but no one, well, ever never did anything to the hospital. No one ever wrote on it. In fact, it's when I went home at night, without my knowledge, my director of security, the woman who I promoted her from housekeeping, made sure that no one bothered me, and she would see that the policemen of the hospital, the guards, would escort me to the Garden State Parkway to make sure nothing happened to me. Today, I think the administrators are riding a different kind of a horse. And that is they're working on bottom line, working feverishly to make sure the hospital stays above water. They're worrying about bonds, they're worrying about building, they're worrying about referrals, and they got to keep that money flowing to keep that big boat and all its subversive people, all its ancillary things going. It doesn't have the same, my own mind, doesn't have the same flavor. My administration, I would like to put it this way. My administration was a hands-on administration. I would make rounds every morning and visit patients that I felt that needed to be watched or seeing their employees. I would make rounds to say hello to the people doing the manual work on the floors. I took time out to make sure the family stayed together and people felt they were all part of one team. And I think it created an atmosphere of really an atmosphere of family. I don't think it has it today. I think it makes me feel sad that we don't have the same kind of an atmosphere that existed before. It's unfortunate because the family also had one other additive, and that was the family fact is that all races, creeds, and colors work together for one objective, to make the patient well and recovery as fast as possible. And we got along together as a family. You like that?
That's a wrap.
Huh?
That's a wrap. It's very good, Grandpa.